Yes, students, I am Sanju Jhajria, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad. Today, this is introductory session of Edmund Spenser poem, One Day I Wrote Her Name. This poem is for BA Part 1st, Paper 1st, Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. So first of all, introduction of the poet. And you know very well, poet is Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser was born in 1552 or 1553. No documentation exists to establish his exact date of birth, but the year is known in part due to Spenser's own poetry. In Amority Sonnet 60, Spenser writes that he is 41 years old. We know this poem was published in 1594 and written only shortly prior to its publication, so the year of his birth can be closely guessed. Spenser matriculated at the University of Cambridge on May 20, 1569. 10 years later, he published his first publicly released poetic work, The Shepherdess Calendar, to positive reviews. He then began work on his magnum opus, The Fairy Queen. It is the most important work written by Spenser. So, publishing the first three of the projected 12 books in 1590. Spenser was an English subject during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, to whose court he aspired. He offered Elizabeth the Fairy Queen in an attempt to gain her favour. Unfortunately, Spenser held to political views and associated with individuals that did not meet the approval of Elizabeth's principal secretary, Lord Burghley. Through Burghley's influence, Spenser was given only a small pension in recognition for his grand poetic work. Sent to Ireland to hold English property on the oft rebellious island, oft means often, rebellious, revolted, Spenser there met and wooed Elizabeth Boyle, a young woman from an important English family, who was probably half his age. His year-long suit to win her hand in marriage is recorded with a deal of poetic license in Spenser's Amority. So he has written his poem Amority about his love to Elizabeth Boyle. Spenser also dedicated a marriage song, Epithalamion, to his young bride. As was the custom, both seemingly personal works of poetry were published for mass consumption in 1594 and helped Spenser's literary career to improve. In the meantime, Spenser completed the fourth through sixth books of The Fairy Queen and published them, along with revised versions of the first three books in 1596. Spenser is best known for his immense epic poem The Fairy Queen, dedicated to Queen Elizabeth, herself represented by the title character. So, the title character represents Queen Elizabeth. The work was envisioned by Spenser as encompassing 12 books, each one detailing a quest by some knight of some King Arthur's court on behalf of Gloriana, the Fairy Queen. Spenser was only able to finish the first 6 books and begin a draft of the 7th before his death in 1599. Now summary of the poem, and our today's poem is One Day I Wrote Her Name by Edmund Spenser. So in summary, Spenser tells us that he wrote his beloved's name on the beach one day, but the waves came in and washed the name away. He wrote his beloved's name out a second time, but again the tide came in and obliterated it. Washed away again it, as if deliberately targeting the poet's pains with its destructive waves. Spenser's beloved chastises him for his hubris and arrogance in seeking to immortalize her in this way, when she is but a woman and only mortal. Her body will itself decay one day, much as her name has disappeared from the sand. Her name, as in all memory of her, will be wiped out just as her literal name has been erased from the shore. But then there comes the volta or turn, which often comes at this point, the beginning of the 9th line in a sonnet. So it is called Spenserian stanza because Spenserian stanza has 9 lines. So then begins the volta, 9th line of a sonnet. Spenser responds to his beloved, arguing that whilst it is truer that less beautiful and fine things are mortal and will perish, someone as beautiful as she is deserves to live forever, not literally but through lasting fame. Her name will live on thanks to his writing. My poetry, he concludes in the final four lines, will immortalize your rare qualities and write your name in the heavens, so that in the afterlife together we will have a richer life, because I have praised your name so. Edmund Spenser packs, it is the quality of Edmund Spenser's writing that Edmund Spenser packs a great deal into the 14 lines of the sonnet here. The rhyme scheme, by the way, is AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, EE, making this a Spenserian sonnet, a sort of halfway house between the original Italian or Petrarchan sonnet with its octave and sestet, and the English or Shakespearean sonnet, which also ends with a rhyming couplet as Spenser does. So I think you understood the introductory session, and in my next video I will explain this poem. So thanks for watching this video.